now tuned in to Live in the Bay, and coming up, an incredible show is the feature film that's highlighting Alzheimer's patients' experiences in a life-changing treatment. All the details on how to catch this remarkable story narrated by Michael Bublé. And speaking of stories, author Paul Madonna joins us to chat his work, including the iconic All Over Coffee. Find out what this artist is up to when we sit down and talk his newest release. Then the shopping lists keep growing for the holiday year, but thanks to Best Reviews, we break down the top gifts that you'll want to see under the tree this season. Plus, it's the childhood story we all know and love, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. We visit with Broadway San Jose on how you can enjoy this holiday special. That and much more happening today on Live in the Bay. Welcome into Live in the Bay, and thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I'm Olivia Horton. Woo, it is Tuesday, everybody, and it seems like we are steady rolling into the holiday year. And, you know, with the holiday season comes the gifts, the glam, all of the fun stuff. And as you can tell, we have a really incredible show coming up for you today, as you can see by that lineup of guests. But before we get to the guests, let's get you caught up on anything you missed in our first topic, in case you missed it. Now, again, as we get into this holiday season a little bit deeper, unfortunately, there are some things that you need to take caution of when it comes to people trying to steal those holiday gift packages. It's that time of year when a lot of people are having those holiday packages delivered to their homes, and porch pirates, they're on the prowl, everybody. Amazon officials are saying that customers can actually include instructions for their delivery person to hide the package from anybody driving by, and that does include in the backyard or behind a planter. Amazon and Walmart also offer inside access, which actually lets a delivery person enter into the home or property to drop off packages in a secure location. So all the measures are being taken. Now, U.S. postal officials are also sharing some tips on what you can do to prevent those packages from being stolen. Write this down.
Just like you wouldn't leave your wallet in your car when you run into the store, try to be diligent about not leaving packages out. If you know something's going to be delivered, coordinate with your neighbors to have them bring it in. You can always have your packages delivered directly at the post office. You can talk to your local post office. They'll hold the packages for you.
Well, these porch pirates, they can't break our soul. Attention, Beehive. The reviews are in for Beyonce's Renaissance film, and to no surprise, she killed it. The Beyonce movie takes us a little behind the scenes, from the costume designers, her balance of mom and work life, and pretty much everything in between. And reviews have been extremely positive so far. There are behind-the-scenes interviews as well that actually reveal how the Renaissance tour came to be. And the film premiered in Beverly Hills over this past weekend. Beyonce walked into the Samuel Goldwyn Theater in a strapless silver Versace gown. Just looked absolutely beautiful. And she paired it with matching long gloves and sandals.
In this world that is very male-dominated, I've had to be really tough to balance motherhood and being on this stage. It just reminds me of who I really am.
Oh, man, I got chills listening to that. That's a quick clip that you can expect to see from the movie. And while we're on the topic of musical acts, this past weekend, the Soul Train Awards went down on BET Sunday night, and it really was a star-studded event in Beverly Hills. The evening was hosted by Keke Palmer. Love that girl. She is so talented, one of my favorites, who also performed alongside stars like Coco Jones, Janelle Monáe, and BJ Chicago. But the big winner of the night was T-Pain, who actually was honored with the Legend Award. He also performed a medley of some of his top hits. Take a listen.
I ain't got no problem spending all of my money. I'm trying to see what's up. Hey, what's up? Hey, I can do this all day like it ain't nothing. Even though I'm not your man, you're not my girl, I'ma call you mine. Hey, what? Baby girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you. Let me buy you a drink.
Well, we all know know and love those songs, and that'll definitely get you into the dancing spirit. I, for one, love T-Pain. I'm glad he won that Legend Award. But let's get you into the holiday spirit now. Listen to this story. Megan Cash, she's a woman who designs greeting cards, and she's a Kent graduate, working mother. Also, had Christmas card caught the eye of no one other than Philadelphia Eagles Jason Kelce and his wife Kylie Kelce. So out of thousands of designs, it came down to this woman's cards. And a video shoot for the card and minted website almost instantly went viral and international. I wonder why. Taylor Swift. It's been everywhere, from the national news to entertainment magazines.
They sent me an email and the subhead was celebrity partnership. And I'm reading through it and I'm trying to process it. And I'm texting my husband at the time. I'm like, you have to call me right now. I never thought it would get as big as it has gotten in the last week and a half. It's just been crazy.
Well, maybe you can give a greeting card for Giving Tuesday. Every year on this day, the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, people take the time to kick off the holiday season by giving back to their community in a lot of big ways. And basically, as our guest Justin Prettyman of the 49ers Foundation said yesterday, Giving Tuesday is pretty much the Super Bowl for philanthropies across the entire globe. So whether it's donating money to a charitable cause or volunteering your time, which is always an amazing thing to do, Giving Tuesday is a day set to benefit the entire community. So, you know, I have to ask, how do you plan to help to give back on this day, or maybe even in general? Well, I think we're going to find out in today's question of the day. Let's head on over. All right, in honor of Giving Tuesday, we want to know, what are some ways to give back to others? Or excuse me, what are some ways that you give back to others as well? So go ahead and scan the QR code right there on the screen if you want to participate in today's question of the day. And by the way, we'd love to hear from you, so make sure you do that. But if you don't want to scan the QR code, that's okay. Head on over to our social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, at Live in the Bay TV. You can always chime into our viewer voice. We have polls, trivia, all that good stuff. All right, so what are ways that I like to give back? Well, one way I've always done in giving back, even since I was younger, I always like to take the clothes that I grow out of or clothes that I just don't wear anymore, and I actually will, instead of giving it to Goodwill or giving it to Salvation Army, because oftentimes, you know, those are resold, I like to just go find people and give them to people in need, because I feel like I used to wear the hand-me-downs all the time from my brother, my older cousins. So I feel like it's a great way to give back to people if they don't have the money or they don't have the time to go and get some of their own. So that's one way I like to give back. Giving Tuesday, that might be a nice idea. But let's, again, hear from you, our viewers, in today's viewer voice. So you see that QR code that just popped up in the corner of the screen? You can scan that, and it's going to take you to our viewer voice. You can answer our question of the day there. But if you don't want to take out your phone and scan the QR code, just head on over to our social media accounts at Live in the Bay TV, Facebook and Instagram. We'd love to hear from you today. And while you do that, let's get some insight what's going on with our weather and send things upstairs.
Well, we've got some blue skies out there, but a little bit of haze in the sky. And unfortunately, we are seeing moderate air quality in portions of the Bay Area, including San Francisco and the Peninsula, and over towards the East Bay, doing a little bit better now in the South Bay than we were this morning, and the North Bay still in the green. Now, let's also talk about how cold it was last night. Now, Monday night we had, or I should say Sunday night into Monday, we had temperatures drop into the 20s in the North Bay. We made it to 30 degrees in Santa Rosa, so a little bit warmer there. You see those low 30s over in the inner East Bay, but still some chilly spots. Redwood City, 36 degrees, Napa, 34, and even San Jose got down to 36. That will change as we get into our overnight tonight, because we've got this low pressure system off the coast, and that is going to bring us a little bit of rain in the overnight, but it's also going to bring us that cloud cover. It's going to help us to kind of keep the heat of the day with us a little bit longer, and that way we won't cool down quite so quickly. So tonight, notice we're talking 40s in the North Bay. It should be a little bit better for you. 40s across the Bay Area, in fact, even upper 40s around the Bay itself. So blue skies right now, though, showing that it is pretty nice out today. I mentioned that we do have a chance of rain. That is not until the overnight. Temperatures right now, 60 degrees in downtown San Francisco. Still in the 50s, though, in Novato and Antioch at about 57 degrees. You can see San Carlos here coming in at 59, but San Jose warming up, getting in the sunshine there at 70 degrees. So I mentioned that we have a little rain coming tonight. I'm going to be tracking that for you. I'll be on KRON4 News at 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. I will see you then.
All right, thank you for the update. Still to come, award-winning author and artist Paul Madonna joins us in studio. We learn all about his career and his art that you've probably seen around the community.
I dream about turning your house into a home. Let the Floor Store help. We have every type of flooring in stock and ready for installation. Carpet, hardwood, tile, stone, and waterproof flooring. Our experienced in-house design consultants will help make those dreams become a reality. And when you purchase new flooring from the floor store and have it installed by our professional installers, the installation is guaranteed for as long as you're in your home. The Floor Store, your Bay Area flooring authority.
With more and more cars ditching gasoline for batteries, it's easy to get swept up in the EV excitement. I'm going to break it down for you, hybrid versus plug-in hybrid versus full-on EV, and we'll see if we can't find out which one makes the most sense. There aren't many cars out there that offer all three powertrains in the same package. Thankfully, Toyota comes close with the RAV4 Hybrid, the RAV4 Prime plug-in, and the all-electric BZ4X. We'll dig into all the practicalities, all the pros, and all the cons of owning an EV versus a hybrid.
Fostering a pet for a friend or neighbor can keep families together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart, and so they need you to stand with them.
Reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever. Unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything. For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
Everybody in my house knows how to ride a bike except me. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike and you didn't? I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do. Everybody in my house knows how to ride a bike except me. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike and you didn't? I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
Our next guest is an award-winning artist and best-selling author whose unique blend of drawing and storytelling has been dubbed a new art form. You may recognize his series All Over Coffee that ran in the San Francisco Chronicle for 12 years. Here to chat more about his latest endeavor is Paul Madonna. Paul, thanks so much for joining us today.
My pleasure. Nice to be here, Olivia.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to talk about your latest work, but before we get to that, there's a whole lot that we have to unravel. So first, let's kind of get into how you became an artist and an author as a whole.
Oh, how I became one. I think it's as far back as I can remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, drawing. My parents owned pizza shops. I grew up in the restaurant business.
Wow.
And so I would sit in the back kitchen while they were serving dinners, and I would draw, and I was reading comics, and, and I would always post these drawings on the windows in front of the restaurant.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it began.
My parents loved it. Yeah.
So then it seemed to take off at some point for you, and something that a lot of people know you for, your work All Over Coffee in the San Francisco Chronicle. Tell me how that first came about and when it really took off.
Yeah, well, I created it in 2003, and it started in 2004 in the Chronicle. And at that time, this was sort of the end of the height of newspapers, right? And I think that at least the editors at the Chronicle really saw it coming and were looking for new things. And it's a very odd feature for the Chronicle, or for any newspaper for that matter, because it wasn't topical. It wasn't about news. It was fiction. It was enigmatic. It was drawings of cityscapes and these little pieces of flash fiction, which confused everyone. But I think that a lot of people and the editors and the community saw it as really representing the spirit of the city.
Yeah, and it seems like that as well. You know, it ran for 12 years.
It did.
And which means that a lot of people enjoyed it. So for you, what was the part about that process, those 12 years, that you enjoyed most when it came to relaying your art to the fans?
It was the exploring the city by foot. And
you did that physically for the series.
That was because I'm a plein air artist, which means working on site, responding off the environment, my pad of paper, my drawing supplies right in hand. I would see something and begin drawing. And in the beginning, I was 4 days a week, which means that I was out drawing, back in my studio, finishing it, turning it in at midnight, or by 2 p.m. I had to file for the next day, getting up, seeing how yesterday's piece printed in the newspaper, going to work again, making a drawing, scanning it. And then I did that for 2 years, and then I did 10 years of a weekly. But the most fun was really just discovering the city in a different way, the non-iconic parts. Right, like the little corners, just the way the light hits the beautiful Victorians.
Just like the little small things that people don't always recognize, right? But oftentimes if you do it by yourself or if it's a nice quiet walk, you see those nice little things. So amazing work that ran for 12 years, but then you had a pretty life-changing event that actually affected your latest work, your book, which we will talk about in a minute. But tell me about this life-changing event, Paul.
Yeah, my studio was in the Bayview, and I live in the Excelsior, which is the south part of the city. And I was driving home through McLaren Park on a Sunday evening, and an out-of-control driver hit me head-on, going 65 miles an hour uphill.
Oh my gosh.
It was at the worst possible place where neither of us could see each other. And he was in my lane through no fault of my own. And yeah, it's still practice for me to say this because it feels so dramatic, but it's true. I literally almost died on scene. And it's been just over a year, almost 13 months now. But the recovery was excruciating and long and difficult. But I had so much incredible help. From my wife, from my family, from the community who really stepped up, and that has been beyond. I don't even know how to show my gratitude, to be honest.
Well, it seems like you showed a lot of that gratitude through this latest book of yours because it kind of helped propel you into this latest work. Tell me about your book and how the accident played a large role.
Yeah, so the new book is The Commissions, and that was this series. This is the third book in my Emmett Hopper mystery series.
Yeah.
Is a real departure from All Over Coffee because it's straight up fiction, it's detective fiction, and yet it has drawings in it. Which is a fun addition to be able to do because it's a skill that I have that I can bring to the form. But I was about 2 months away from going to print for this book when the accident happened. So what that meant was predominantly the creative parts were finished. I had one last edit to do, layout to do, but my publisher, they waited to go to print, and I was able to finish this book from a hospital bed.
Wow.
And that, people have been asking me, what am I going to make next? Because I don't think anybody goes through a life-changing experience without it changing them in some way and making something new, especially if you're a creative person. And this book isn't the book about or what happened after almost dying, but it is the book that got me through recovery. And I really saw the publication of this and getting it to print as my lifeline every day in those of really hard days where there wasn't much light at the end of the tunnel. And my light at the end of the tunnel was seeing this come to print.
So when people do open the pages to this latest book, what can they find? What will they discover, Paul?
Oh, well, it's a fun story.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's entertainment, right? Like it's a heavily plotted character. It's funny, but it's fiction, detective fiction. It's a mystery. It's got drawings that fit into the story, which is what I bring to the genre that nobody else does, which is that these aren't illustrations. These are pictures that are part of the story that then factor into why the plot is happening.
Well, I know that the recovery was absolutely not easy, but we are grateful that you were able to share your story and that it kind of just propelled you into that next chapter of your life. So thank you so much for sharing something very deeply personal with us. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Olivia.
Of course. If you want to connect with Paul or to learn more about his artworks, we'll have a link on our website. Just head on over to liveinthebay.tv. Coming up, it's time to get your holiday shopping list checked off, and Jacob Palmer has some great gift ideas for everybody on the entire list. And as we head to break, you can still answer today's question of the day. Go ahead and scan that QR code. In honor of Giving Tuesday, we are asking, what are some ways to give back to others? Let us know, and it could be read a bit later in the show. But don't go anywhere. Live in the Bay is coming right back.
I am blind, but I may not see. I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free.
I am a remarkable woman.
Remarkable stories from across the country.
I want to inspire women.
We recognized extraordinary efforts, celebrated incredible accomplishments.
There is one finalist from each region, and those compete for the title of Remarkable Women.
See who will take home this year's title and be honored in Hollywood.
Go to KRON4.com/remarkablewomen or scan this code to nominate someone in your community. KRON4 celebrates all the remarkable women in our lives.
December 6th, the News Nation Republican primary debate. SiriusXM's Megyn Kelly, News Nation's Elizabeth Vargas, and the Washington Free Beacon's Eliana Johnson moderate a live primetime event. To find News Nation, go to joinnn.com.
Man, it's lonely. Going through life lonely. There is the therapeutic aspect of music.
Everybody in my house knows how to ride a bike except me. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike, and you didn't. I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
There's only one thing that will save somebody's life, and that is naloxone nasal spray. Get 911 on the phone, get the emergency responses there on their way.
Is your list of people to shop for growing by the second? And you may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed. You're not alone. Don't, though. Joining us now with the top gifts you'll want under the tree is Senior Director of Content Operations at bestreviews.com, Jacob Palmer. Jacob, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. You know, it's an important time of year. You want to make sure people get what they want. And so we got a lot of items here for hopefully a good number of people on your list.
Yeah, and I know that our lists just keep growing this holiday season, especially if you have a large family like I do. But you kind of got to start with the kiddos, right? Let's start over here.
So we got two things here, one for the younger kids, one for the older, you know, maybe the teenagers getting up there to closer to 20. But starting with the Bitsy, this is the it holiday toy this year. You know, every year, whether parents understand the appeal or not, there's something that really pops and that everybody demands. The Bitsy is that this year. It's perfect for the little ones, you know, maybe 4 and under. And it's not that expensive, which is the best part. You know, if you're finding it at full price, it's still only going to be 30 to 40 bucks. So it's very affordable in that way. It's a little projects little pictures for them to play with.
Yeah.
And it's one of these things that kids are just demanding right now. So whether you get it or not, that's going to be on the list.
I love that.
Moving over to the older kids, we brought in the DJI Mini. And the DJI Mini is a super fun drone. And the thing we love about it is that it's small enough that you don't have to register it, but it's also really easy to fly. We've been testing it in the Best Reviews testing lab for a very long time, and it's great. You can consider both the 2 and the 3. They have 2 different models, recent models, that is. And if you want to go for the cheaper one, it's going to be the 2. You're going to find really solid deals on that all the way through the holiday season. So that's one of the ones that we love to talk about, especially right now when you're shopping for, you know, somebody who wants to sharpen their own photography skills or just, you know, fly a fun drone. That sounds cool too, right?
I mean, the drone I feel like is cool for kind of any age. I might even like a drone, you know what I mean? So that's one gadget. But what about some of these other gadgets that we have?
So this is great for the bookworm. I mean, obviously everybody knows about the Amazon Kindle at this point. You know, it's not super novel technology, but for those who are, you know, uninitiated, it's great because it allows you to read, and it's not like reading off of an iPad where you're contending with that blue light, which can lead to eye strain. This is designed for the reader in mind. And so we brought 2 different models here, and they're great for 2 different kinds of people. The bigger one that you're seeing here, that is the Kindle Scribe, which is one of their newest models. It's one of their biggest models. And what's great about this is for the first time, you can write on it and leave your own notes on that page for, you know. So if you're a college student, if you're anything like me when I was in college, I wouldn't remember or understand anything unless I was able to take notes in the margins. So that's a great way to be able to actually, you know, ingest that information. And then we also brought the Oasis, which is great for that person who's on the go because it's small, it's super lightweight, very easy to operate. You know, even though it's tiny, you can fit all of your books in there as well, so you don't have to worry about lugging them around, you know, for that vacation goer. It's also waterproof. So if you want to lay by the pool, it's a great item to bring to that as well.
And I like these too because, like you said, you have a little something for everybody. But the bookworms, if you don't want to have the physical copy, which was me oftentimes. The digital copies, just super convenient. And I like that you can add notes too.
And especially for the college student, you know, you don't want to be lugging around all those heavy books, and you don't want to be figuring that all out. You just keep the one device, keep it simple.
Remember the heavy backpacks? Those back problems, man, I'm telling you. Okay, so these are the Kindles, and for the reader, what about these ones over here?
So these are for the golfer on your list, and it's from Garmin. They have a whole series of products that are super interesting in the golf space. You know, Garmin's known for a lot of different things depending on who you are, but recently they've made a big push in golf, starting with the R10 here, which is a launch monitor. It's for that super serious golfer, the one who wants to know all of their practice data. You know, I just hit a ball into a net, and is it good or bad? This will help you with that. It's a great beginner model for somebody who's trying to build out their own basic golf simulator in their own backyard. These, you know, competitors can go for thousands and thousands of dollars. This is going to come in at $500 to $600 depending on what kind of sales price you can find. So it's great for that entry level. Am I interested in this? Do I want to build out this whole thing? Great beginner. And then this is even more interesting. It is the Garmin rangefinder, the Z82. And what's so novel about this is that it has augmented reality in it. So when you look through it, on most golf rangefinders, when you look through it, you're just seeing the course. You're seeing a normal thing. You're shooting, you know, a laser out to tell you, okay, that's 180 yards away. This overlays a map of the course onto what you're looking at. So not only are you looking out from what you can see live, but you're also able to see a whole map of the course. So if you're playing somewhere hilly, you can also see, you know, there's a bunker hidden over there. There's a pond over there as well. So it's a very novel piece of technology that's super interesting that adds a little bit of a detail there to the normal rangefinder.
Okay, so I am not a golfer, but I honestly, those are super interesting to me. It's almost like you're in a video game while golfing.
And we've taken it out with some serious golfers, and their minds were legitimately blown of like, how do you even have this on here right now?
I love that. That's a great gift idea. Everybody hint, hint. Okay, now moving on. We still have some more gifts for the parents over here.
And so this, we brought the Lululemon fanny pack. It's more of a shoulder pack. It's, you know, going to come in $30, $40. So that's another great price point if you're looking to buy for maybe, you know, the daughter on your list, the mom on your list, somebody like that. What's great about it for the new moms is where we tested it in the Best Reviews testing labs with the new mom. It's great because you can just throw in a few essentials and get out of the house, which is always one of the biggest challenges for new moms. And why we love it as a holiday gift is it's got that name brand, it's got that in-demand, you know, flourish that people are looking for, but it's also something that people don't really want to spend on for themselves. You know, a lot of the times they want to ask for it, but they don't want to shell it out themselves. This is great to give somebody something a little bit specialer than what they're used to.
I like that one too. A big fanny pack girl over here. Okay, we have one more item to get to. Still, this could be grandparents, parents, right?
Yeah, anybody who's going to the soccer game, really. And so this is the Park It. And what's so interesting about this is that it's, number one, it's a chair. Everybody can see that on the screen right now. But it's also very comfortable, and it's novel in a way because you can just load it up like a backpack. And then here's the real selling point of it. It's got a cooler underneath it. So if you're going to that soccer game and you want to keep yourself, you know, hydrated one way or another, this is a great item to have for that because it kind of is an all-in-one package. And again, it's not that expensive. You know, it's $40 to $60 depending on where you find it and what time you find it. So we love this one as well as a great recommendation, especially if, you know, you're trying to get through those soccer games or baseball games or whatever you got coming up when it thaws out a little bit.
And we know that's coming up quick, everybody, right after the holiday season. So these are a great list of ideas, gift ideas for the entire family. Jacob, as usual, we appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me.
Of course. If you want to learn more about any of these products, we'll have a link on our website. Just head on over to liveinthebay.tv. When we come back, this one is for the kids, a holiday movie to add to their list. We're taking a look at the trailer for the new Diary of a Wimpy Kid Christmas movie. That's going to be fun. And KRON4 is once again celebrating the remarkable women of the Bay Area. But we need your help to share their stories. If you know a remarkable woman making a difference in your community, you can nominate her for a chance to be named Woman of the Year. All you have to do is scan the QR code on the screen or go to KRON4.com/remarkablewomen. But stay with us because Live in the Bay is coming right back.
I am a remarkable woman.
Remarkable stories from across the country.
I want to inspire women.
We recognized extraordinary efforts, celebrated incredible accomplishments.
There is one finalist from each region, and those compete for the title of Remarkable Women.
See who will take home this year's title and be honored in Hollywood.
Go to KRON4.com/remarkablewomen or scan this code to nominate someone in your community. KRON4 celebrates all the remarkable women in our lives.
It's easy to get swept up in the EV excitement. I'm going to break it down for you, hybrid versus plug-in hybrid versus full-on EV. Find out which one makes the most sense for you. We'll dig into all the practicalities, all the pros and all the cons of owning an EV versus a hybrid.
I am a remarkable woman.
Remarkable stories from across the country.
I want to inspire women.
We recognized extraordinary efforts, celebrated incredible accomplishments.
There is one finalist from each region, and those compete for the title of Remarkable Women.
See who will take home this year's title and be honored in Hollywood.
Go to KRON4.com/remarkablewomen or scan this code to nominate someone in your community. KRON4 celebrates all the remarkable women in our lives.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome back into Live in the Bay. I'm Olivia Horton. Still to come, the film that documents the eye-opening results of a life-changing treatment for Alzheimer's disease. We hear from the doctor himself. Then looking to catch a musical this holiday season. A lot of us are. Musicals are so much fun. But we chat with Broadway San Jose on how you can get tickets to see How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It's Christmas time, everybody. Can you believe it? December's officially upon us. But first, let's see what you, our viewers, had to say in today's question of the day. In honor of Giving Tuesday, we want to know, what are some ways to give back to others? All right, I let you know how I used to always give back, and actually still do. Again, I like to kind of donate those clothes to people in need. But I want to hear from you, our viewers, in our viewer voice. So let's bring in this first answer. And this one's going to come from Facebook, Robert F. Thank you so much, Robert, for tuning in. And Robert said, at Gateway Center of Monterey County that serve adults with developmental disabilities. That's amazing, Robert. I'm telling you, keep giving, keep serving. That is the best way to give back. Just put people first. Robert, thank you so much. We appreciate that answer. Let's hear from another viewer in today's viewer voice. And this one, again, is going to come from social media. I love that you guys are tuning in from social media. This comes from Laura M. from Instagram. And Laura is saying, volunteering or raising money for a cause. Again, volunteering, if you can donate your time, your money, whatever it is, everybody, that is a great way to get involved in Giving Tuesday. Laura, we appreciate you and keep it up. Thank you so much. All right, one more in today's viewer voice, and this one, again, is going to come from Instagram, from Jamal. And Jamal said, taking part in a community project. Again, another awesome, awesome way to give back to the community. Community projects, too, can sometimes be really fun. You meet a lot of friends, a lot of good people with the same things that you want to do. All right, everybody. Well, that's it for our question of the day. We thank you so much to everybody who participated. And if you didn't get a chance to see your answer up there, it's okay. Don't sweat it. Every day we have a show, we give you the opportunity. You know how it goes. I sound like a broken record sometimes, but scan the QR code right there on the screen. It's also going to pop up in the corner of this screen throughout the entire show. Or just do what all of our awesome viewers did today. They tuned in from Facebook and Instagram at Live in the Bay TV. Wasn't that fun? It's always fun to have your voice heard on live TV, everybody. All right, so we have a movie for the kids now. We're always talking about holiday movies, some funny ones, some good ones, but now this one is for the kiddos. It's called Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Christmas Cabin Fever, and this one is gonna come out pretty soon. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Silent night, holy night.
What's up, roomie?
Get ready.
It's Christmas Eve. Have you been good last year?
Not exactly naughty, but definitely gross. For the naughtiest.
Have I ever steered you wrong? A bunch of times.
Nicest.
What could be better than being snowed in with your family for the holidays?
Wimpiest.
I think my freckles might have frostbite.
Do not make eye contact. Christmas ever.
Read about this family that got snowed in, and to survive, they had to eat each other. Yuck.
Del Friendo was one of Santa's most important scouts.
It's alive!
Bro, come on!
That was really cute. I actually used to read Diary of a Wimpy Kid books when I was in elementary school. Yeah, a little throwback for you. But what I really like about this is the story of everyone kind of getting snowed in. I'm a Colorado girl, everybody, which you know means that I definitely had snow days. And some of those snow days, we were definitely snowed in. It was fun, though. I used to like to build forts with blankets, pillows, watch movies all day. it was the best. So if you want to see Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Christmas Cabin Fever is going to start streaming on Disney Plus on December 8th. What did I tell you? It's coming up quick. When we come back, the feature film that's highlighting one doctor's approach to Alzheimer's, his story, and how this treatment has made a positive change. That's all still to come. And as we head to break, let's take a live look outside our city here in San Francisco. Beautiful day, everybody. Make sure you stick with us because Live in the Bay is coming right back.
Young Tommy was born a champion and always up for a challenge. He pursued the patience, persistence, and problem-solving skills he still uses today at Service Champions. We're now offering $68 furnace tune-ups with a free water heater safety inspection, high-five service, champion attitude. Your comfort is a puzzle that Service Champions will solve. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
When you walk into the floor store, you can feel confident the flooring you select will be in stock and ready for installation. We have Northern California's largest selection of carpet, hardwood, tile, stone, and waterproof flooring. No waiting weeks or even months for your flooring to be installed. And with the floor store's installation guarantee, you can count on the job being done right the first time. That's a guarantee I make with every installation, period. The Floor Store, your Bay Area flooring authority.
It's easy to get swept up in the EV excitement. I'm going to break it down for you, hybrid versus plug-in hybrid versus full-on EV. Find out which one makes the most sense for you. We'll dig into all the practicalities, all the pros and all the cons of owning an EV versus a hybrid.
I am blind, but I need not see. I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free.
I am a remarkable woman.
Remarkable stories from across the country.
I want to inspire women.
We recognized extraordinary efforts, celebrated incredible accomplishments.
There is one finalist from each region, and those compete for the title of Remarkable Women.
See who will take home this year's title and be honored in Hollywood.
Go to KRON4.com/remarkablewomen or scan this code to nominate someone in your community. KRON4 celebrates all the remarkable women in our lives.
Memories for Life, Reversing Alzheimer's is a remarkable feature film narrated by Grammy winner Michael Bublé about the first Alzheimer's patients who are reversing their cognitive decline by following a novel therapeutic protocol. Here to chat more is Dr. Lucy and renowned American neurologist Dr. Dale Bredesen. Dr. Lucy, Dr. Dale, thank you both so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Olivia.
Yes, of course. Now, I would really love to highlight this feature film, which is covering amazing things. But before we get to the film, we have to kind of talk about your practice, Dr. Dale, and how this film first came to be. Please tell me.
Right. It really came, I was studying for many years in the laboratory what Alzheimer's is, what actually drives us, what are the molecular species that drive the process. And we realized after many years in the laboratory, 3 decades, that this really is a network insufficiency. This idea that it's something simple like a misfolded protein is oversimplified. So we understood that you have to ask for each person what is driving the process, and then you have to address those things. And there are dozens and dozens of different things that can do this. And we've now had over 7,000 people who have actually been on the protocol, and many people, including Dr. Lucy, who have reversed their cognitive decline for the first time. So we're very enthusiastic about that.
That's amazing. And we know that this is really what the film truly is highlighting, is the reversal of that cognitive decline. And Dr. Lucy, for you as a person who firsthand experience within this, what has it been like for you to kind of see the reversal of this and just see how this has played out?
Enormously exciting.
Yeah.
When I first was diagnosed and told I only had 20% of my hippocampus and offered Aricept, which they give to people with Alzheimer's, that was 7 years ago. But I wasn't as scared as you might be because I already knew about Dr. Bredesen's work. And 9 out of 10 people who had been able to reverse their cognitive decline, and I said, well, why can't I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Those odds are pretty darn good, right?
Yeah, they are.
Well, that's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank
we are
you.
just so happy for you. I could see you're glowing as well. So I'm so happy for that. Now, Dr. Dale, when it comes to this specific treatment, tell me a little bit more about it. Let's get a little bit more in depth and what people can expect.
Yeah, great point. So you need to look at larger data sets. The old idea was you look at a couple things and you say, it's Alzheimer's, we don't know what causes it, we don't have anything to do, we'll give you a drug, it's not going to work very well, and it's a death sentence, unfortunately. And unfortunately, 45 million Americans, of the currently living Americans, will die of it if we don't do something. So it dwarfs the pandemic, actually. So when we realized that this is actually a network insufficiency, we started looking at, okay, what are all the things? Some people, for example, have chronic infections that are undiagnosed. And actually, Lucy went through herself having Ehrlichia, which is something that ticks can give you, and so many of us don't realize that we may have Lyme disease, or we may have ehrlichiosis, or we may have babesiosis, or Bartonella. We may have exposure to various toxins. So you actually have to look at those things. And there are some basics, so that you have to get a specific approach to nutrition. Turns out that, again, anything that either reduces the energetics supporting your brain, which can be a horrible diet, lots of processed food, that can be poor sleep, it can be too much stress, anything of that, or that increases the inflammation, and that can be exposure to these various toxins, it can be exposure to these various pathogens we were talking about, a change in your oral microbiome, a change in your gut microbiome, which of course is turning out to be so important. Air pollution is another one. So it's a little bit different for each person, and so we evaluate those things, and then we address the things that are driving it for each person, and that's what has given the best results.
Amazing. And when it comes to this film specifically, tell me a little bit more about the film, Dr. Lucy. I know that you're also featured in the film as well, but tell me what viewers can expect when they tune in.
Well, they can see several of us who've been able to reverse their Alzheimer's and learn about how it's different in each person. For me, I had high mercury, high lead, I had lots of mold in my house, I had sleep apnea, and as Dr. Bredesen said, I also had Lyme and ehrlichiosis. So those things all had to be corrected and modify my diet and the amount of exercise and brain exercise, Brain HQ, which is such a wonderful thing that helped me, and also modify stress and meditation. I did all those things.
That's absolutely wonderful. And Dr. Dale, for you, what do you hope people take away when they tune in to see this film? What do you hope that they take away?
That a lot of what's been peddled is false hopelessness. There is hope, and it's important to point out these are things that you can address. There's much more than people realize, and therefore please get checked. The other point to make is we have to quit thinking of Alzheimer's as old-timers disease. There are changes you can pick up on PET scans in your 20s and 30s. So just as we now understand that diabetes comes, there's pre-diabetes, there's pre-diabetes where you have insulin resistance. This is the end stage diabetes of a long process of metabolism change. The same with Alzheimer's. You're really getting this disease relatively early in life, but you're not getting diagnosed until much later. So the earlier you get checked out, we recommend, just as everyone knows, you should get a colonoscopy when you turn 50. We recommend that anyone who is certainly by 40, if not sooner, if it's in your family, get a cognoscopy. Check out some blood tests you can do, so you can evaluate your cognitive status, and then you can go from there. You can actually make this, we're getting to the point where we're making this optional. For anyone who starts early, we really can make this optional.
Incredible work that you have done, Dr. Dale and Dr. Lucy. Thank you so much for, being so open to share your story. We do appreciate both of you so much.
Thank you so much, Olivia.
Of course.
Thank you.
If you want to learn more about Dr. Dale's documentary, Memories for Life, we'll have a link on our website. Just visit liveinthebay.tv. After the break, the Grinch is here. Hopefully he didn't steal anything from our set, but, we'll have all the details on where you can catch his next live musical performance. So he's sassy. And as we head to break, let's take a look at what you can catch tonight right here on KRON4. Now let's check in with Kevin Frazier over at Entertainment Tonight for what they have coming up. Hey, Kevin.
E.T. William and Harry's Rift, created on purpose, the scathing new royal tell-all.
All the secrets are in this book.
Plus, new details on Hall & Oates' mysterious lawsuit.
You don't want to miss it. That's tonight at 7:30 right here on KRON4. But don't move, because Live in the Bay...
Give your home a new look this fall with Porcelanosa. Whether you're looking for tiles, a bathroom vanity, or brand new kitchen cabinets, Porcelanosa's wide range of products are available to fit your lavish style. And now, save 40% off during our fall sale event. From November 22nd through December 2nd, get 40% off our elegant wall and floor tiles, sinks, vanities, kitchen cabinetry, and so much more. Visit Porcelanosa and design your dream home today.
Man, it's lonely. Going through life lonely. There is the therapeutic aspect of music.
If you're buzzed and doing this to make yourself feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. Really just all about the money.
I am a remarkable woman.
Remarkable stories from across the country.
I want to inspire women.
We recognized extraordinary efforts, celebrated incredible accomplishments.
There is one finalist from each region, and those compete for the title of Remarkable Women.
See who will take home this year's title and be honored in Hollywood.
Go to KRON4.com/remarkablewomen or scan this code to nominate someone in your community. KRON4 celebrates all the remarkable women in our lives.
Ooh, pretty colors.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything. For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
If a natural disaster shows up at your doorstep, you can't just turn it away. That's why it's important to prepare for emergencies before they show up. Go to ready.gov/plan to find the tools and tips you need. And make a plan today.
Well, the holidays are here, and Broadway San Jose knows that very well. This year, they're presenting Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, a musical to enjoy with the entire family. To tell us more about this holiday special is the star of the show, the one, the only, Mr. Grinch.
Well, hello. Hi. It's wonderful to be here on Live at the Bay. It's fantastic. So great to be here, Olivia. Having a great time.
Yes, we're so happy
Thank
you are here.
I am happy to be here. We're thrilled to be in the Bay Area.
I'm so excited.
To bring our phenomenal show to you. First time to San Jose.
Ooh.
It's going to be a blast. We open on Tuesday. We go through Sunday of my amazing show of Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the musical.
Oh my gosh. And
It's
you're
so
just so amazing, right?
It's a phenomenal. I mean, I really am. I'm the best. The whole cast is phenomenal. The show's all about my favorite subject, me. It's a great time. My dog Max will be there. You know, my little friend Cindy Lou Who, she's in the show as well. All the Who's down in Whoville, they're all there. It's all wonderful.
So the entire crew, they're going to be there. Everybody we love.
Everybody you love. Everyone you're looking for. It's like the storybook came to life, right? Like if you look at the sets, it's like someone took a drawing out of the book and went, well, let's put that on stage. Oh, and that little Who over in the corner, let's put that little Who on stage too. And we'll put that with the tree and everything. We'll put that on stage too.
Just
everything. Just throw it all on there. My dog Max, everybody.
Oh my gosh. Well, it sounds like it's going to be an absolutely amazing time.
It is.
Mr. Grinch, but maybe for our viewers who have never heard of your story.
Okay, yeah.
What can they expect when they come to see the show?
Absolutely. So for those of you who have lived under a rock your whole life, I am the Grinch who stole Christmas. Spoiler alert, gave it back. No one remembers that part of this story. But what they can expect is my classic tale about how the Who's were the most annoying people on planet Earth, okay?
Still are though, right?
Still are. You know, like, my heart's grown a little bit. They're still obnoxious, but, like, I don't mind it. You know, they grow on you.
Yeah,
you know,
they do.
You'd like the color green. You know, not everybody loves it. It grows on you eventually. But my Who's down in Whoville, they're loud and obnoxious and annoying. And then I go down and take all their stuff away from them. And then they get real sad, and I feel bad about it. So I give it all back. I'm pretty sure that's what happens, if I remember correctly. Something that
so you kind of ruin Christmas just to give it all back again?
I do. Well, I ruin Christmas. My little friend Cindy Lou, she helps me realize what I'm doing. She's like, what? Are you shit? You're taking our Christmas tree, bud. What's happening here? And then she's able to sing a magical little song that truly does help me realize what I'm doing. And it's kind of on the road to help my heart grow and be a nicer person. Because eventually I'm on top of that mountain, right, with my dog, and we have all of our stuff. And then I'm waiting for all the Who's to cry and scream and have the worst time ever. Oh, I just went for it. And then they didn't. They ruined my day. It should be called How the Who's Ruined the Grinch's Day, is what it should be called. Because I was waiting for that. Anyway, didn't get any of that. Wait, then I heard the sound. It was merry. It was happy. It was filled with joy and cheer. And
Which was disgusting to you, right?
Usually, yeah, but then I realized, like, oh, then it kind of made my heart grow, right? I took all their stuff. I figured they wouldn't want it, right? I figured they would just give up the whole idea, and they'd all be sad and mopey and crying. That's what I was looking for. I was hoping for that, but they didn't do that. They still had the joy. They still had the cheer. I took away all their stuff, and they still liked me.
Oh, my goodness. But, you know, I have to ask, Mr. Grinch, I do have to ask, because you said that, you know, you wanted to ruin Christmas, but then you found out Cindy Lou Who kind of changed your heart. She sang that nice little song.
She did, yeah.
What did that feel like to have that change of heart and actually feel something instead of just, you know, angry?
I mean, it was uncomfortable at first. I thought it was gas. It wasn't. I was like, oh, it's a little too high for gas, but I guess this will be okay.
Heartburn?
I heard a little heartburn. I felt the bump. And then the bump go back. I was like, padam. I guess it works. I think that works in there somewhere. But yeah, it helped. It was different. It was different sensations for sure. But it was great to be woken up and realize, oh, maybe I've been a little turned off. Maybe my heart's been turned off for too long.
Yeah.
Right? It's been a little too small.
So what advice would you say, Mr. Grinch, to anybody out there who kind of has this, you know, your previous heart?
Who has Grinchy-like tendencies.
Yes, but want to get in the holiday spirit.
But want to get in the holiday spirit. First of all, give everything back that you stole. That helps for sure. Second, realize that even though you don't like all the stuff that they have, and they really do, even if you take it all away, even if you get rid of it, even if you tear it down and you are the winner, they're still going to like their stuff.
That's
right?
true.
They're still going to like the things they like. They're still going to love the things they love. They want to sing, hold hands and sing songs around Christmas tree. They're still going to do it, whether or not the Christmas tree's standing there. Oh, all right, fine. Maybe the issue's with me. Maybe
though.
Maybe Taylor got it right when she said, "I'm the problem. It's me."
It's me.
You know, she. I think she wrote that song about me. Actually.
She may have.
I
We gotta ask her.
The advertisement. I appreciate. Thanks, Tay.
So I have to ask you one more question.
Absolutely.
So it's coming to San Jose the first time ever.
First time ever in San Jose. We
Give
open
us all
tonight.
the details.
So we open tonight. We're going to be in tonight. We go through Sunday. We have 8 times to watch me steal Christmas from San Jose.
Okay.
It's a ton of fun. We have 8 times to do that. Tonight we have multiple showings on some days. You know, come down. I'm going to steal the show. I steal the presents a couple times during that day. Everyone comes in. We're going to have an absolute blast. It's wonderful. You should bring the whole family. Bring your mom who, your papa who, your grandma who, your grandpa who. Bring all the little Who kitties. Bring everybody around to come see our show. If there's tickets still available, go on and check. Broadway in San Jose.
Love that. Okay, so one final thing before I let you go.
Absolutely.
I mean, you are the Grinch, right? So
one and only.
Anything you want to sign off with?
Anything you want to sign off with?
The Grinch right here on the couch.
May your heart grow as big as mine one day. May you all be as beautiful as me. And have the merriest of Christmases and the happiest of times.
I love that.
Have a great time.
Well, Mr. Grinch, thank you so much for joining us. And even though, you know, sometimes you can be grouchy, this was a really fun time for me.
Thank you. Me too. Had a blast. Great to be here, Olivia. So much fun. Thanks.
Thank you so much. To learn more and to get your tickets for Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, just head on over to our website as well at liveinthebay.tv. Stay right here. After the break, we're going to have a look at what's coming up tomorrow on the show. But first, right now, this is what you can catch tonight here on KRON4.
I am a remarkable woman.
Remarkable stories from across the country.
I want to inspire women.
We recognized extraordinary efforts, celebrated incredible accomplishments.
There is one finalist from each region, and those compete for the title of Remarkable Women.
See who will take home this year's title and be honored in Hollywood.
Go to KRON4.com/remarkablewomen or scan this code to nominate someone in your community. KRON4 celebrates all the remarkable women in our lives.
I am blind, but I need not see.
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Everybody in my house knows how to ride a bike except me. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike, and you didn't. I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
I am a remarkable woman.
Remarkable stories from across the country.
I want to inspire women.
We recognized extraordinary efforts, celebrated incredible accomplishments.
There is one finalist from each region, and those compete for the title of Remarkable Women.
See who will take home this year's title and be honored in Hollywood.
Go to KRON4.com/remarkablewomen or scan this code to nominate someone in your community. KRON4 celebrates all the remarkable women in our lives.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Tomorrow on the show, the network supporting businesses to help them with sustainability and conservation. Plus, how the Postpartum Support Center is helping moms after their childbirth. Well, that does it for us today. If you missed anything, you can, of course, find it on our website at liveinthebay.tv. But I had to, exit with you, Mr. Grinch.
Yeah, thanks. Great to be here.
Of course. I couldn't get enough. Now, today is technically Giving Tuesday, right?
All right. It is Giving Tuesday. That's good. That's right. Make sure, it's opposite of what I did.
Yeah, but, I figured since you had a change of heart from little Miss Lucy Lou, I figured that, you would maybe want to tell people how you like to give back on Giving Tuesday.
Yeah. How should people give to me? Let's see. I love when people give me onions. I love people give me garbage. I love people give me high fives. That's fun to go around high-fiving the people.
Yes.
Right. That's a ton of fun. And then I should, what else should people give? Oh, wait. Oh, am I supposed to give to people?
Well, what about you giving to people?
Oh, we give to the people. There's, give to Toys for Tots. That's a good one.
That's
Let's
a good
see.
one.
We can give away food to food places. They probably need food. Clothing to clothing places. Probably people.
And maybe all the presents that you stole from Louisville.
Sure, we'll give a couple presents away to a couple people. Sure, we can do that.
At the end of the day, everybody, he is the Grinch. We're so happy, though,
That's
right?
right. Thanks. Yes.
You want to walk off with me?
Let's head out.
It's our afternoon, everybody. We're going to go enjoy it. We'll see you right back here, same time tomorrow.
Bye.
See ya. Let's go.
See ya. Bye.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. Really just all about the money.
If you're buzzed and doing this to make yourself feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive.
I am a remarkable woman.
Remarkable stories from across the country.
I want to inspire women.
We recognized extraordinary efforts, celebrated incredible accomplishments.
There is one finalist from each region, and those compete for the title of Remarkable Women.
See who will take home this year's title and be honored in Hollywood.
Go to KRON4.com/remarkablewomen or scan this code to nominate someone in your community. KRON4 celebrates all the remarkable women in our lives. Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything. For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
If a natural disaster shows up at your doorstep, you can't just turn it away. That's why it's important to prepare for emergencies before they show up. Go to ready.gov/plan to find the tools and tips you need. and make a plan today.
Man, it's lonely. Going through life lonely.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music.